LayyKnight, original artist, y'all. Write it out with Lay. 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 Lay. Write it out with Lay. Write it out. Word deep in thought, a lot on the mind. Write it out with Lay. Energy, one of a kind. Interrupts to unwind. It's therapeutic design. It can resonate with someone anytime is the time. Write it out with LayyKnight and the whole tribe with the vibe. Open platform space to let loose and unwind. And we pray that you stay. And how I usually slay, closing out line. One love, y'all always. I shade. Write it out with Lay. Peace and light, my whole tribe with the vibe. We have a lineup for y'all today. Some beautiful dope poets. Word, we have Cage C with the poem Schizophrenic Renaissance. We have Goldie Verse with the poem I Wish You Were Here, or Memories of an Orphan. We have LayyKnight with the poem Think Y'all, and Desilu with the poem The Forest of the First Lie. And last but definitely not least, we have Sunshine with the poem The Evolution of How We Used to Listen to Music. Word. Vibe with us, tribe, and one love, y'all. Always. Let's take a voyage, a ride of sorts, through the different eras that play tag with me, have me chasing my thoughts, enlighten me, have fights with me, make me want to flee, can cause such immaculate love and grief for a miserable cringing defeat. It's a journey, a voyage, because to choose one I just couldn't do. So ride, if you will, as I continue from my point of view. See, choosing just one era, I don't know if I can. Some days I feel 70s, 80s, 90s, medieval Wonka vibes, or the Harajuku energy era in Japan. Some days I feel power like a warrior in the countries of the motherland. Sharpening my spears, eating from one large dish with my closest fam as we jam, embracing the drum and the movement of my heartbeat openly takes it and understands. Lop around waist, the fresh air I can taste, feet stepping on rhythm in the ancient sands. There's other days I'm hippie. I'm a flower child, happily singing kumbaya, just holding hands. Peace and love to all. It's an era of energy I feel to recall. This is the dawning of an age of a jovial woman, openly free mind, spirit, and soul. There are days I feel the era of the gladiator, fighting to survive for my life. Tigers crowd shouting, keeping me contained as I chop all out to my victory, shouting intensely, are you not entertained? Or then what of the era of the first and true natives, indigenous, a place falsely claimed, food of the thanks for giving, bow and arrows, some with wrong aim, but the teaching of crops to grow, and horses that gallop, hawks' feathers that flow, bonfires that glow, is a power, a ritual, and not costumed for show. Or maybe I'm the era of gangster rap, Tupac, hood shit, Mob Deep, twisted backwards hat, holding my waist in place of my gat, constantly watching my back, covered up in my menacing all black. Or righteous era, filled with wit and vibe, rocking my leather Kari shell crown, shouting tall, UNITY, tears from my eyes of the eras of racism blatant or hidden in disguise. The era of the Black Panthers and folks marching in revolution, listening to great poets and activists some despise, yet now and still I rise. Evolution walking to the freedom land, brothers and sisters protecting one another, all on the same agenda, accord, all directed with the same plan. White hoods tried to ban. What of the era of the Viking, Valhalla, Irish, accent, brave heart and true? By bagpipes and Scottish lads, accordion, kilts wearing plaid, ginger hair, drinking ale, of the era of, the last kingdom, for real. Or The era of brain rot, where we all sit in despair, unaware, televised to us gullible the lies as our private tour guide, Alexa the series, the tablets, phones, and Inspector Gadgets as our unprotective gear. Listen to AI whom has no as it is ear. It's trash to the pollution in the air. We currently live here. This era is made to scare. At times, too, it's not a fascination, but a reality, one that we helped come true. So we look to the future, the Jetsons, now much further to the Mockingbird feature, last standing teacher, to the runners with the multi-passing laser guns blasting elements gone for the fifth in disaster. Soot, wastelands, no future brightly planned, garbage, troubles, fucked up for us is our sci-fi era. Do we live in terror, happily ever, after, never? Why manifest the worst unless you want it? Be clear on what you ask for. This era, I won't claim to fit. See, choosing one era to speak, it's bleak, it's weak, and it's not as fun when I specifically seek. I glorify the fulfillment in every treat. That is given to me. Each so unique. This voyage, this journey is a glimpse into my thoughts, which I will now abort for you to choose from your point of view. Let any and all errors open-mindedly consume you. Word, y'all. Peace and light, my whole tribe with the vibe for real, y'all. It has been some time, but we here and we doing this. And the word is error. Not like, oh shit, I made an error. But error. E-R-A. But yo, you know what's funny? People could have probably used it that way too if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we got a couple of dope artists here, as always, that's going to represent for you and bring it through for you. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to give y'all a little opening on our era so you can feel how we feel when we bring this to you straightforward. I'm LayyKnight, if you don't already know, original artist. I'm y'all host, and I'm also a poet, a writer, an artist, and so much more. But enough about me. You want to find out more, you know what you can do. You can check out all the other things we have up in here with the Write It Out Tribe. I'm always there. And y'all can also find me on Facebook and TikTok. Our first artist we have for you is Cage C with the poem Schizophrenic Renaissance. Check him out, y'all.
The light breaks first, not gentle, almost surgical. A slit in the sky leaking God like an oil spill, and I drink from it. Mouth open, hands trembling, paintbrush dipped in hallucination. I am reborn between brush strokes. My thoughts drip from ceiling frescoes, bleeding onto marble like veins that couldn't contain their color. Every voice I hear is an artist. One chisels reason, one sculpts ruined, and both call themselves me. The city hums in tongues I almost remember. Angels on fire play violins made of bone marrow, and every note fractures into butterflies, their wings painted with the prayers of the medicated. I walk barefoot across the Sistine floor of my mind. Every tile of thought I once trusted, cracked, rearranged, and wholly in its asymmetry. I found my reflection inside a mosaic of broken glasses. Smiled before I did, said don't call it madness, call it rebirth. So I carved halos in my temples and let the blood drip like inspiration. I see the universe open in fits, like a strobe light between sanity and sermon. I write songs with my trembling. Each stutter another gospel. No one believes until it hurts. They call it a renaissance, I call it relapse. The world calls it art when it can't diagnose it. I'm a cathedral with missing blueprints, walls painted by ghosts who never left. Saints whispering from my ventricles, their faith stitched together from static. And yet, there's beauty in the breakdown, grace in the glitch, divine kind of chaos in the way I still create. Every delusion becomes a deity, every fragment learns to worship itself. I've learned that the difference between a prophet and a patient is just how pretty their visions look on canvas. So I keep painting, Keep birthing worlds that contradict themselves. Keep resurrecting truth from the noise, and when they finally crown me genius, I'll laugh from the padded throne of my mind. Because I never wanted to be remembered, only understood. And in this schizophrenic renaissance, that's enough. The ceiling starts to melt, colors drip into my pupils, rearranging thought into sound. Every word I speak grows feathers, then falls. Like truth too heavy for heaven to carry. My heartbeat is a metronome for the divine. Every arrhythmia a new religion. Every whisper in my skull is a congregation standing for nothing but survival. I learned how to sculpt time, bend it until tomorrow snaps. History tastes like copper, future smells like disinfectant, and memory's just the fresco that keeps repainting itself every time I blink. The angels are coughing in my lungs now. They beg for clean air, but I only breathe creation. Every inhale is a museum fire. Every exhale an exhibit collapsing under its own praise. They told me to find symmetry, but symmetry is a lie told by architects afraid of chaos. I worship the crooked frame, the off-key choir, the saint with one eye open and the other dreaming. These are faces in the marble, their mouths frozen mid-scream. Like the world held its breath too long and forgot how to pray, I listen to them. Their silence sounds like God losing signal. Now my hands move on their own. The paint is pulsing, each stroke alive, each line fighting back. I think I'm painting myself, but the canvas disagrees. It laughs in colors I don't remember, inventing, signing my name before I can, and I realize maybe I was never the artist. Maybe I was the art piece, hung in the gallery of my own disorder, admired for my suffering, auctioned for my collapse. The audience claps in hallucination. Their applause shatters into moths. They eat the light, then the dark, then the difference. But I keep painting anyway because that's all that's left. To make sense of a masterpiece that never asked to exist. And somewhere behind the static, a voice hums, low and familiar. Create until you disappear. The brush slips. The world folds. And for one sacred second, I swear I see perfection. Then it blinks and it's gone.
Now, y'all, that was KC. Now, listen, when we speak on errors, it don't necessarily have to be a specific error that is popular to everybody. And I love how KC brought that to the forefront, for real. If it resonated with you, if you're feeling how we're feeling right now, if you want to comment on that poem, drop it down in the comment below for any poem that goes. And don't forget to subscribe to us so you can be notified every time. And give us a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? We always looking for that. The more thumbs up we get, the more that we get seen, so we could continue to bless y'all with the poems and the poetries that we have for y'all today. For real. And y'all know y'all can always come back and rewatch us over and over and over and over and over and over. All right, let me stop. We're going to move on to the next artist. We have for you Goldiverse with the poem, I Wish You Were Here, or Memories of an Orphan. Check it out, y'all. Word.
Goldiverse with I Wish You Were Here, or Memories of an Orphan. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. For now I'm gonna recall both joy and sorrow. I wish you were here. Physically, maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. For now I'm gonna recall both joy and sorrow. I wish you were here. We met as teens, first it was shaky. Knew me as your boy's girl who was starting drama in your cruise world. But it was him, as you learned, my story fit, it was confirmed. I was pure, love being burned. Not sure when lyrics first glued me to you, you to I. Never asked why music we rolled in smoke like lie. high off of the expression of ourselves, sent me ripping mics, and I mean many studios aplenty. One year we called each other daily, 11 a.m. Subconsciously knew the power behind numbers back then. My forever friend from way back when, sharing goals, inspired each other, motivated kindred souls. From my hip hop chart with beats you came through, but knew when their light went out to make sure mine didn't too. I fell in love with fam, divine yes, but still killed our plan to go platinum and get married, cause then life got real. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow, but now I'm gonna recall both joy and sorrow. I wish you were here, physically here. But now I'm gonna recall both joy and sorrow. I wish you were here, physically here. The 90s into the new millennium, we club topped as you promoted perks you got, I got no into them. Meanwhile, adopted gold into your fold, unexpected by the few who thought they knew me from lies told. Yet and still, from sleepovers to stairwell ciphers, show beefs, fiending, smoking oregano and paper bags, rolling green in public restrooms, intervening when dudes dance too close. Always about my pen skills you boast, but one day we toast to our success. Now your ghost haunts me until I make these tracks do the most. When I got pregnant, you said I ruined everything. Your disappointment hurt bad, but you still gave me the beats you had. You were my foster dad, taught me how to hear music, taught me patience with love to chill, so not to lose it. For you to go, my constant, never crossed my mind. Now an orphan, watching part of me leave in your coffin. I'll grieve forever. For now I recall both joy and sorrow. I wish you were here. From my light tribe to YME, where you placed me, never felt worthy, so went to work a night shift. Enterprises with VI was a nutcracker in past, but anonymous click was a blast. Never felt so alone like you when you passed. Feel like this is my karma. Time went by so fast, beating myself up for not staying close the last 7 years. One day this will pass, but now just endless tears. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. For now I recall both joy and sorrow, cause I wish you were here, physically here, like in the 90s. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. For now I'm gonna recall both joy and sorrow. I wish you were here, physically here. What am I gonna do when I run out of your beats? What will I do, oh? Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. For now I'm gonna recall both joy and sorrow. I wish you were here, physically here.
Yeah. Goldie Versus took us through an era of when we are going through others that are transitioning and ascending and moving on to the next. You know what I'm saying? And that's a feeling that I know a lot of us have been through and have gone through. And if you ever felt alone or lonely within those time frames, yo, drop that in the comments below. I want to hear about it. I love to know how you guys are thinking and how y'all feeling at all times. And I'm certain that all the artists that come through here want to know how you feel too and if it resonated with you or not. So the next artist we have coming to us, and I was a little bit slow because I didn't realize it was me, LayyKnight. I'm next, y'all, with the poem, Think of Y'all. Check it. There's an error. No, an error. One that has life and death written all over it. Like the end and the beginning. Like love dancing all through it. Lessons poetically hemmed at the seams, learning, laying luxuriously in its lap. An airy noise like one that plays in the suspense movies, a violin of tremolo and organ all at once causing dissonance, yet everything in balance. The piercing of the sclera, the darkened melanin of the corium, desquamating off slowly to a new foundation and awakening of light, like something glistening so effulgent. A star possibly right in your eye, so immaculately blinding. From the heaves of coldness but warmth to the contact of the sun. Life at its dawning, daunting, afraid newness that hits the skin, detachment alone away from all it has known. Stars were its only friends. Not just a rising, but a forever risen. Don't look back, echoes of a no longer familiar voice whispers faintly in the past. But seek forward in confident venture, be brave and journey in this, whilst confused by the pattern of inhalation, oxygenation, a touching as a feeling, brand new of a antithetical sensation. Label titled holders echoing in unison down the corridors of a missionary dismal space, black and white crosses of pain for faith. A placidity compared to all the movement. This here, a new space. Not a universe, not a galaxy, but a condensed small quaint corruption that one can adapt to. A melody of light's ambience that captivate. The instruments connected to the very part of you that's allowed to view what is this place. Oh, look at that face, shaken limbs, frail, fleeting from the forced upon embrace of the enabler. The one taste to no longer feel that pain can ease. The mind is trained, new learned, new grew, new too, new never got used to feeling useful. Alienated, alone longing for home, a cry out to not be forgotten for forgiveness, asking humanly, what did I do to deserve this? A wounded star see to the night, the day, the way she lay, originally unafraid but ready to reunite to its first state of existence. Humming, lightly a magic flare, fire to the phoenix, air, resource of it all, willing to vibe and be as it is I to speak. It may seem a bit of purest conceit, but I had just wanted to speak on the era of me. Well, that poem, it is actually a poem about me and how I felt I was brought into this planet. You know what I'm saying? So, some people might have the same connection because I feel a lot of us come from different places, but yet the same place. So if y'all feeling what I'm feeling, just let me know. Damn, I just hit the microphone. That was crazy. I don't know if y'all even heard all of that, but whatever the case may be, if you're feeling that, if you're feeling all of what you just heard, you know what I'm saying? Hit it up in them comments. I'm going to keep harassing y'all about that because I want to know how y'all feel about it. You know what I'm saying? We just blessing y'all with the poems that we have here. And we want to hear how y'all feel, if y'all like it or not, if y'all want to switch things up, if y'all want to do something a little different. Let us know because y'all are a part of the tribe with the vibe. If you're rocking with us today, rock with us anytime by subscribing to Write It Out with the tribe. We love y'all, for real. So the next artist we have up with us is Desi Lou with the poem, The Forest of the First Lie. Check it.
I want to talk about a horror that reaches back through history, erasing errors to recreate mystery, leaving shattered bone and fractured memory tied down to a new but all familiar misery. A liturgy of rust and rot recited for a captive ear. The echoes of screams that never found their skies. The repetition of fears we know better than our own cries. Fighting to release blood ties, burdened by generational lies. And the first lie was planted in a shallow grave. And we are the forest it foolishly gave. And our roots drink the same silence. Our branches scrape the same stalkless skies. Our growth is its enduring ghost, feeding new shadows from the same bitter host. A haunted wood, but in our grain a map of how we learn to bear the rain. Black on black violence is the hate that hate produced. We are segregated by our mentalities, incapable because of the mental inferiorities that were strategically placed in our paths. If we want to stand together, we must first bridge the mental gap. We have been fighting this internal civil war since 1619, and what I see sickens me. And even though the Ku Klux Klan started killing us, the truth is we picked up arms and aided in our own genocide. So, the plan remains intact, and still we proceed as the letter decreed. America is black proof, and we continue as the fool. Hands up, and only a few black men choose to stand up. Women in the front, children to the side, and cowards to the back. We were bred on the premise of role reversal. Your greatness lies dormant. In every black person's mind, they all just want to make it out. Truth is, it's only your mentality holding you back. The founding fathers couldn't write this declaration, so here's to a lost nation, raising a lost generation, praying for mental emancipation. I hope one day we find the true meaning of freedom and stop living in our imagination. We want to declare it over. But the placid, peculiar institution you see is still raging underwater, and we have lost our greatest martyrs. The color of my skin is my biggest barrier. And the devastating part is when I die, I pass my burden to another carrier. Your debt will not die with you, and this unrest will never be put to rest. Your unborn black son will be put to the test, and if he fails, your smoke-filled heart will merely incite a protest as you are forced to lay him to rest. So before his time, you begin to prep him. You instill you a subtle tinge of doubt. You educate him, love him, hinder him, weaken him, and then send him out. This is what this broken institution is all about. The retardation of the black male. If we never stand together, we will never tip the scale. In the game of checks and balances, we fell. I'm convinced the second coming has already happened and we all ended up in hell. To the outside world, we seem to be living free. But since they signed those walking papers, I've seen jail after jail. Still, I'm forced to fight. Nothing is getting better, and the news proves that night after night. Blacks versus America, and you ask on what grounds? Theft, human trafficking, and entrapment. And this time, we don't want the promise of reparations. We want the chance to prove ourselves. And all we need are the appropriate accommodations. We end this here. And the last thing we require is the full lifespan of our male procreations.
All right, Desi Lou, she came through with the poem, and I was feeling it. And basically, I love how she's talking about, like, you know, how generational trauma, it follows, and, you know, we fall into different beliefs and stuff like that, and, you know, that has been passed down to us, and we don't even realize it. I like that, you know. I felt that poem a lot. And you know what I'm going to say? If you felt the same way, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know y'all have to feel the same way because all of us have generational trauma. Whether we like to believe it or not, we do. We have it. You know what I'm saying? And we need to own up to it and lock in on the fact that we actually do have it so that we can continue to, like, change it for the better. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to keep the generational trauma with us. It's our time, our turn to fix it. But anyway, we're going to move to the next poet, and that is Sunshine with the poem, The Evolution of How We Used to Listen to Music. Check it.
The evolution of how we used to listen to music. That sound that used to boom through that record player cabinet when it was cracked open and the newest vinyl record was placed on it by Carl Carlton. She's a bad mamma jamma. Or maybe Aretha Franklin. Respect will wake a sleeping kid up on a Saturday rising like fresh cooked bacon, bringing a soul to a dancing beat. Then you got those long car rides on the way to grandma's house where somebody was sliding in an 8-track. Yo, don't know why they had to blow it, but they did. And from the first bass note, you would hear Papa was a Rolling Stone. From the Temptations, For the Love of Money by the OJs. And it make that ride a little bit shorter because that sing-along and that dance competition will make everything sweeter. Now sitting on a stoop, lacing up your Reeboks, get ready to go play some kickball or some hopscotch. That booming cassette player sitting there loud as it can be, playing Michael Jackson Beat It or Whitney Houston, I Wanna Dance with Somebody. Yes, back then you could make your own hits and compilations by putting different songs together. Have you a banging mixtape and somebody always wanted your joint because that shit was a shit. Then in the mid 90s, those Sony Walkman, yo, we went from that mixtape era to listening to whole albums again, and you was the coolest. But don't let that joint get scratched. And you get to, on your way walking home, jumping on the train from dance class, you got to listen to a little Boyz II Men, End of the Road, a little Invo, Hold On to My Love. Yo. Then we slid into the digital era. First they had the MP3 players, so it kind of brought us back into the mixtape era. And you got your TLC, Ain't Too Proud to Beg, it's a D'Angelo, Brown Sugar. Now all of that stuff is obsolete. And we got streaming, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, and what is it? iHeartRadio, all that other stuff. But the cool things about those, you can listen to either from the 50s to the 2000s, from all different genres. But there's nothing beats the classic listening to the radio. What's your station? The evolution of R&B. Let's talk about it.
I definitely feel you, Sunshine. I definitely feel you. Because, see, I'm a person, I love music. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to that shit all day. Like, hey, how it moved me. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm happy. Yo, one time I was so angry, I was just dancing around her like, I don't even remember what song I was listening to. I feel like it was like DMX, like, you know. So we ain't gonna go into the title of the song, but I was going in on it. And then after I got all that aggression out, I was like, all right, it's time to mellow things out now, you know what I'm saying? Let me listen to something that's a little more calm and I can still get my point across of how I'm feeling. And then when I'm happy, I be bumping I believe it's called Toast by Coffee. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That's one of my favorites that get me hyped all the time. And remind me that, you know, blessings is always upon us. And we're here for the journey. You know what I'm saying? The blessings is just a plus. So I be definitely vibing off of that song. But that brings us to the closing of the Ride It Out Tribe vibing today. For real. And I always want to give a shout out to my whole tribe with the vibe. Because y'all definitely, without y'all, sheesh, where would our tribe be? You know what I'm saying? Oh, and while I got this hand all up in my face, this ring was made for me, customized for a good price from a beautiful woman named Oyayansa. And she makes a whole bunch of different customized jewelry. So if you would love to purchase rings, she makes necklaces, earrings, I believe wands, and cleansing waters for baths, everything like that. If you like to get anything like that from her, contact her. Her name is Oyayansa. You can find her on Facebook. And that brings me to the word for the month of December. The word is resolution. You know what I'm saying? I like that word. And I'm sure y'all will like it too. If y'all have a poem, a story, a rap, a song, a dance, anything, even a painting or drawing that makes you feel like that word resolution, please send it in to us. Write it out with the tribe. Or to me, LayyKnight, original artist, on Facebook and Messenger. And I will get back to you. Or the best place to go is my email, LayyKnight, original artist at yahoo.com. I know y'all see it right there. And I know y'all do. Don't act like you don't. Use it, y'all. Use it for real. Email me. And we will get you up in here to hear your poetry so everybody else can feel it too. You know what I'm saying? Word. It's been real with y'all. I had so much fun listening, going through the eras and vibing. It's been real. With that being said, I'm gonna miss y'all. But I'll see y'all next month. Peace, light, and love. One love, y'all. Always. Write it out with Layy. 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 Layy. Write it out with Layy. Write it out. Word deep in thought, a lot on the mind. Write it out with Layy energy, one of a kind. Enter realms to unwind. It's therapeutic design. It can resonate with someone anytime is the time. Write it out with LayyKnight and the whole tribe with the vibe. Open platform space to let loose and unwind. And we pray that you stay. And how I usually slay, closing out line. One love, y'all always.